Tell me how.
Tell you how what?
Tell me how you wish this day went.
How I wish
Like
this
a
day
fantasy
went?
day. Like,
whoa, that's a good question.
there's assuming
real
like
answer or
we
funny
don't
answer?
meet a funny answer.
How I wish this day went. The funny answer would be, is us seeing like hanging out still happened?
I was gonna say no, but if your image,
I'm gonna say like from when you picked me up.
Oh, okay.
So from when you picked me up, the funny answer would be like I wish I had already stolen from a bank, and I wish I had like a bunch of money in my hand.
I'm your getaway driver.
Well, you didn't know that. You just picked me up. And
That's what I was envisioning too, as you're saying.
And then because when I entered your car for the first time, I always love doing the go. So I was like, what if that was real and had stakes to it? So so then we drive off. And you're just driving straight ahead. You reach a yellow light, and I'm gonna say it's right next to the church, which is good because then we can do a prayer. We do a prayer. We do like the cross.
We do the sign of the
cross. We do the sign of the cross
yes.
because I'm not gonna disrespect that. I'm gonna be like, we're good, even though the cops are on my ass right now. I can't disrespect our Lord.
Got a code.
And it's a code. It's a good code. And then once the moment it turns green, I'm like, fucking hit it, go! And then we go, and then we don't hit anybody. We almost hit Peter Koo.
Peter who?
Exactly. It's just this guy that did like some kind of, I don't even know who he is now. My dad still talks about him, but he's this guy that like spoke in my 5th grade graduation. I think he was a business guy. Did I say we almost hit him? Or that we did
saying.
Oh yeah, so we do hit him. But him being Peter Kuhn so powerful, he just is fine. He's fine.
Okay, cool.
And if he's a bad dude these days, then he's not fine. But we almost possibly hit Peter Koo. Right. And then we drive to Northern Boulevard. Okay. I show you what's in Northern Boulevard? What's in I don't even know what in North. I show you where a bus hit someplace once. Okay. Where like fried chicken was being sold. And it's true. It's also fucked up. But
hey, I got this cool place to show you.
Got a cool place.
You know this hole in the wall that's now just bricks? They used to sell fried chicken.
Aliens abduct us.
Okay.
And then they like leave us somewhere else. Like they only do it for like a while because they're like, oh, we actually are like overstocked. Like we don't really need you. So then they drop us like in the middle of, let's say, Wyoming.
It's like
I don't know, because I've always wanted to see what it looks like. Because everyone does the joke where it's just like oh, Wyoming's not real or something. I was like, okay, let's actually see what this place is about because I know it's on the map. I know people are from there because I see the license plates on cars sometimes. And I do the whole like, oh, we're not from, well, that's like so far and shit.
Good for Wyoming.
And I just want to see what's there. Is there any like national? We go to a national landmark in Wyoming, whatever it is.
Okay. If you're from Wyoming, someone let us know.
Yeah, somebody put in the comments section. Somebody mail at what's your PO box? What's your PO? Like a letter. Somebody mail us a letter and give us some fan art. Send your fan art in.
As well as a detailed list of all the places to see in Wyoming.
And also draw what you think Joseph looks like.
Well, now on my social media,
I'm
going to be showing my face.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Show us your rendition of Joseph LaRocca. Show us.
Just like how Jeffrey is talking about his imagine of the day. What do you imagine I look like? Regardless of the fact that you know what I look like.
And draw his expression right after possibly hitting a Peter Koo.
I think we got what we
I don't think we hit him.
No?
I don't think in that universe we did. I think we narrowly. I
trust
your driving.
We got the bit.
No, we drew. I don't know. Sorry, I'm still talking about this world.
Okay.
Because it's under my machination. Sure. I think you didn't hit him.
Good.
Because I think I wouldn't want that on your conscience, nor would I want that for that real man.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Am I gonna be liable for this? Or is it
also in court, just like we have the audio evidence. Evidence.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now we're in jail.
Or maybe that's how the day ends.
Sucky day you planned.
Yeah, we missed the aliens. In this universe, we missed the aliens. We could have gone that.
And jail time.
Time. But yeah, there was so much more today. I'm sure that was left to be explored in Wyoming. But I already have such an unfamiliarity with Wyoming that it would just be imagination, and we can't delve too much into that. There's so much more to explore. There's so much more magic, I think, that's out there in this world. So much more that's to frighten and spook and to entered. Ooh, give us the heebie-jeebies.
I feel like we should talk about that right now.
What should we talk about, Firebird? What's this episode about?
It's about Halloween. I can't follow through with a single bit on this podcast. I always break.
Oh wait, we can't sing that. That's copyrighted.
Oh
right?
yeah, no.
Oh no, but we can sing it.
I don't know.
Right? Oh, we've had this same conversation.
I think
How have we not done research on this?
From what I've been viewing and whatnot, I think it's like if we monetize it, it's a problem. But also, I think if we do our own rendition, it's not a problem.
So if we do like a jazz version, it's fine.
Yeah.
So like. Dun, 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 dun. Alright. So we're talking about Halloweentown.
We're talking about Halloweentown.
Yes.
So for reference, for everyone listening,
People must know, right?
No.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to be like, for reference, here's what Halloweentown's about.
No.
No, yes.
Just for context, we just watched Halloweentown's 1 and 2.
Just moments ago, we did.
Just moments ago.
1 and 2, Halloweentown, no 1, because they didn't know if they're going to get a sequel. And then Halloweentown 2, Calabar's Revenge.
Mm-hmm.
Great movies. Loved them. What was your favorite part about them?
Ooh.
I don't know if I should be asking the questions. I don't know if that's my place on this.
No. Please ask me questions.
Okay, what's your,
This is a dialogue. This
What's
is
your
back
middle
and forth.
name?
I may. My middle name.
I know what it
because
is.
I know you forget.
No, I know what it
sometimes.
is. I know what it is. And I can answer.
Adams.
I know. You know why? Because you're related to John Adams.
That's right.
Good. Ooh, he's dead.
So my favorite part about between Halloweentown's 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I think it's the Cal in the cement block with his face creeping out, but the hair isn't there.
It's so funny. It's literally like they like slicked his hair back. They put makeup on him. They like, I think at some point, and I remember pointing out to you while we were watching it, that they like added stone sounds to like when he was moving his face. But I don't even know if that was the case.
I feel like I want to say I heard it. I can't perfectly recall.
It was the scariest thing. It was the scariest thing.
About
well, I don't know, because like that has so many implications. Because later when he's fire, like his hair isn't slicked back.
He looks great.
His hair isn't
He looks
slicked
normal.
back. He's normal. He's also. Oh yeah. So we're finally talking about this because I remember while we were watching it, like his voice stood out to me more so.
Oh yeah.
'Cause
I feel like I can't even.
It's like he did it like
right
this. He was for some reason enunciating every single word,
Yeah.
and I feel like that was because his like face is so stiff from the makeup like that they like put on him. But he's like, "I'm sorry, Marnie. It looks like Halloweentown's gone bye because the humans are gonna become the Halloween people." And I'm not even joking. He's talking
I
like
guess that. I'm not the guy you thought.
I don't know why and later he talks normally.
Yeah.
And later he talks normally. And you told me the fun fact while we were watching it. That Kimberly J. Brown.
Yes.
And the actor that
Yes.
played Calabar's son
Are, I believe, either engaged or married.
Yeah.
I believe they're married.
That's so cute. That like changed every scene they were part of, and they had chemistry. It was so
Yeah.
cute. Like when they were in Aggie's room, like, or sorry, Miss Cromwell or Agatha.
Yeah.
No, it was Aggie Cromwell, right? It's not Agatha.
I think it's Agatha Cromwell, but people call her
Or Aggie. Yeah, when they were so cute. They were so
Yeah.
cute, just like
Yeah.
tatting it up, and then he steals the book.
It was very flirtatious, and yeah. I was saying it gave serial killer vibes.
He did
and,
give
like,
serial killer vibes sometimes.
He very much was giving JD from Heathers.
Yeah, he had the leather jacket,
Yeah.
which I think actually JD wore the trench coat.
Yeah.
From my memory, but he was giving the very similar like weird like vibes, but also it was like perfect for the demographic. He was the bad boy of like love interest that was supposed to be like then he is the bad guy's son, and I think that's perfect. Dude, what I love about Halloweentown, like 1 and 2, I guess specifically, that's the ones we watched recently. It was just perfect for like the demographic and like the time it came out of. When you have an older sister watching that, like and knowing how much like those movies meant to like, you know, a young girl who like, you know, like loves like all that witchy stuff, loves Halloween especially. Like everyone who likes Harry Potter always like wish they had like that kind of magic in them that was like kind of secret. Like it's perfect. Like and it's the same setup for Halloweentown 1, and they explore that in the most like charming way possible.
I want to talk about what we were talking about during the first movie is like how much of like a 13-year-old girl, like accurate 13-year-old girl.
Dude, Marnie was so entitled so many times to not only her like her mom, but her brother and like and her little sister.
Like constantly fighting everyone, but especially her mom. It was just like her mom was very gatekeepy. Yeah. It's just like, no, you can't go out on Halloween. You can't. Like,
oh my God. Wait, yeah, we didn't even talk about that. She didn't let her go out on Halloween. It wasn't like you can't explore this side of yourself or like I'm protecting you for something. It's literally you can't even go and celebrate a holiday that every other human being on this planet like that celebrates Halloween is celebrating.
Which is crazy because she didn't have to make it a strict rule. She could have came up with other reasons. Because we all had those kids in school who are just like, oh yeah, my family's religious. They don't let me celebrate. Yeah. But like also, one of the rules about Halloweentown, which we'll talk about some of them throughout this episode, is like people can only travel from one to the other on Halloween day. Yeah. So that means the only time they get to see their grandmother is on Halloween. So it could just be like, hey, no, I know you guys want to go out and play, but like today's the day to see grandma. Like you have to stay inside.
Easy way to cover it up. Yeah. And if anything, I feel like hiding it like just makes them feel like they would want it more. Like they would want to know about Halloween more.
It's the candy effect, which surprisingly works well with Halloween. But that like when like parents make these strict like restrictions against things like candy, sweets, sugary drinks, anything. Once they get outside of that environment, they go off the deep end, all the way to the other extreme.
Yeah. And that's like a lesson that is a tale as old as time from all the media that we've consumed. It's all there, which then makes me think like it makes you reflect on how you're gonna raise your own kids. You know, like how are you gonna navigate that?
I don't know about you. I've been thinking about how I'm gonna raise my kids since I was like 8 years old.
I remember when I was 5. Like I remember like thinking like I'm gonna have kids one day. Like I'm gonna like and like what would I name them and everything and all that stuff.
Jabordi.
Like I'm naming my dog that. I'm naming my dog. That'd be crazy for like a human person's name. Actually, I think.
Well, you know that I kind of want to name one of my kids 7.
Why?
I just love the idea of 7 as a name.
It has a beautiful ring to it. But like, I only fear for the bullying that could happen.
Because like they could get bullied.
Yeah,
I don't want to be responsible. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
What I kind of want is like between the first name and middle name, one name to be more conventional or perhaps even like meaningful. It's just like, oh yeah, we named you after this person. They were a great person. Your dad, your grandpa, historical, whatever. Yeah. And then like one that's like goofy and fun or like just like adds a certain sense of character to the name. Yeah. Like you only have to put a middle initial. It could be Snowball.
7 would be an S. Yeah,
7
would be, which is a cool middle initial to have.
It could be like Sevi, like Severus Snape.
Oh, Sevi's actually a cute name.
Yeah,
Sevi's cute. Yeah, Sevi's cute. And that sounds like. Anyways,
future wife, if you're listening.
Oh yeah, because you'd also have to get like their input. Yeah, because that'd be crazy. It's like, no, we're calling this child 7.
My parents, when they had my brother, they had not decided what they were going to name their child. Yeah. Even when they got to the delivery room, and the nurse was like, "What do you want to name the child?" And my dad, without consulting my mom, says Champ.
Amazing.
And then I was told that me, the second child, was named well before they got to that delivery room.
That's crazy.
Mom doesn't give it any sort of, I knew that I had it, but like, it kind of gives the vibe of, I'm not letting that happen again. So Halloweentown.
I was going to say, it's a beautiful thing we're talking about family, because at the end of the day,
it's a big family thing.
The movies are about family. Like they're about I wouldn't say legacy, but they're about generational gaps.
What's interesting? They talk a lot about how the Cromwells are the strongest, most powerful witches and warlocks
Yeah.
of basically all time, or at least of present
Well,
day.
since the times of Salem, I'm assuming. Like,
I think they said it even to the times of Merlin.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, I feel like there's something weird about that. Like, so the thing that I am thinking about right now is like the Doctor Who sort of, what was it, Forever Child or something like that?
Like the Timeless Child?
The Timeless Child.
Yeah.
Where they essentially made the Doctor this special, one-of-a-kind person.
Right.
That, like, when I first saw it was like really cool, but also something that's beautiful about Doctor Who, or at least was, or continues to be, depending on how you see the canon, is that anyone can be the Doctor. It's just choosing to be.
Yeah. Which I think it still stands.
It does.
Yeah.
I personally believe
there is a
as
way
well.
that I've tried like the perspective is because it's now we're not talking about Doctor Who, but yeah. Sorry, let's focus.
Whether you're the Doctor or the Cromwells,
yes,
which we'll continue to use for this metaphor,
right?
You can be as special as you want to be, but if you are special or like literally cut above the rest, it makes it less relatable. And
do you think that's what this movie does? Do you think that's what?
I don't think so, but I think there is that subtle implication that like
it's the family name that like kind of carries.
It's
that.
like instead of wanting to be a witch or wizard for yourself, it's like you want to be a Cromwell,
right? Well, I think it's like the Harry Potter thing. I think it's like because Harry's like his parents were like the wizards and everything, so it's like he technically has that special like little stamp on him, and he's like the chosen one.
He's the boy who lived, but
Yeah.
at the same time, he didn't have, for the most part, like any more special powers than anyone else. Wasn't stronger.
Right.
Yeah, he was naturally gifted.
I was saying
also,
that it's more like I feel like. Because I remember watching this with like him, like when we were like little babies, and like
Harry Potter or
Halloweentown.
Okay.
Like weirdly, we saw Halloweentown first, and like that was our only exposure to like all this magic stuff, like way before we saw Harry Potter. I think we saw Harry Potter like when I was in middle school or like later.
Okay.
But anyways, yeah, I think when we saw it, it was more sort of. I think that narrative is like it's like your family can be special without you even thinking like if they are. It's like that finding out that your family's special.
I like
That's
your
what
perspectives.
That's how I saw it, and I think it's like that's the same narrative like Harry Potter does. Just like you could like, and especially when you're a kid, like live your entire life that far, like thinking that your family's. It's like Spy Kids, that your family's like boring or like does nothing or like they're not cool, like and all that stuff. But then one day, like. They keep like maybe your parents are like, oh yeah, like the family name and everything. Maybe they're like enforcing that, and then like one day you just find out like, oh, there is something cool about like where my blood comes from in some sense.
One thing that I like about the Halloweentown characters, compared to like Spy Kids, where there's that beautiful scene where the dad is like having this dream sequence where he protects his boy and like stands up to the bully's dad and like. Is throwing him across because he's like this spy, he's this cool person, and then his son finally sees him as this cool dad. It's so triumphant.
I love that scene.
In contrast, they decided to make their mom hate everything about the Halloweentown being a witch, just like magic in general.
Not like that part of their family.
It's like I feel like usually for magical worlds, it's usually like the parents are just hiding it.
Yeah, like as a safety thing, as like a no shame. It's just like
they love the world, they miss the world, but they can't be a part of it.
This is different.
This is I am abandoning. I do not want to associate. And I don't want my kids. So actually, this brings me to my next point perfectly.
Yeah.
If apparently in Halloweentown lore, if you don't use your magic by 13, you could lose your magic forever.
Crazy.
And their mom was very much going to not tell them and hide their magic powers until way after, probably for the rest of their lives, if she had it her way.
Can you imagine?
So that they would have no choice but to not have any magical abilities.
That'd be like that would take so much to like forgive I don't even know if I could forgive them. That'd be crazy.
I don't know if I could.
That's such a part of, especially like when you think about like that family too. Like if you're Marnie. Like and your mom hid that you were like a part of this bloodline of like powerful like witches.
Telling that she would have wanted to be.
Yeah, she loved Halloween.
She loves Halloween so much. The idea of being a witch, I'm sure
Dylan would
she is
not care.
About. Dylan would be happy. Dylan is such a mama's boy, and would just be like, you made the right decision, Mom.
He caves so much in the first one. He's just like, it's Mom.
I thought you were like with us on this. It's Mom.
It's Mom, man. I'm not gonna do that to Mom. What's wrong with you, Marnie?
I was so Dylan coded.
I was Sophie.
I related so much to Dylan. Like I would want to have magic, but like the obedience to the rules, the mama's boy, I feel like the skepticism I probably would have had as well.
You do strike me as more of a skeptic. If magic was real, I think it would take like a couple of days or like just a bit convincing for you to be like, oh yeah, no. Yeah. Granted though, he's in the trenches with like all the magic stuff. He's literally seeing ghouls and ghosts and goblins and everything.
He's like, there's a simulation.
Yeah, I don't believe this. We're probably just like all tripping or something right now. I have no idea.
He goes full flat earther on it.
Let's talk about Halloween for a little bit, because because this movie.
Also, happy Halloween, everyone.
Yeah, happy Halloween. This is essentially, I'm sure, the Halloween special.
Yeah, this is the Halloween.
This is the Halloween special
of the Nostalgia.
Happy freaking Halloween! It's become like it's always been my second favorite holiday. Christmas, when you get older, it becomes something else of an idea. So my love for it is no longer like what it was when you're a kid. Halloween though, I feel like that. Oh, it also changes, but it kind of is still consistent if you're like, a fun person, I feel. Like, I don't know, because people are... Dude, don't you remember that?
I know that it's not directed at me, but I'm just like... That feels like this message is for me.
Well, did you stop? Because we didn't know each other until college. But I hated... And I detested whenever... And it was different for, like, the people who couldn't celebrate, obviously. But for those who I knew did at one point and just stopped, like... I would just hate that, like, people, like would just stop wearing costumes.
So you want to know the year that did it for me?
Oh, you stopped?
I did stop.
Why'd you stop?
So it was around the time that I was already questioning whether or not, like, I am going to continue to go trick-or-treating or whatever. Around 13 years old, I would say.
Yeah. I think that was the same age for me.
Hurricane Sandy hit.
Oh, that is when that hit for you.
And it hit.
It was in 6th grade.
At Halloween, like right before Halloween.
Oh, that is such a moment for that. Oh.
So we couldn't go outside.
Go trick-or-treating, yeah.
I think my parents were even like, oh, we could do like, you guys still dress up and like, you go to the different doors of the house. And I was just so heartbroken that I could not go trick-or-treating. I was I don't want to.
Yeah, you just didn't want to try. Yeah.
And so that was the year that
was it. That you stopped dressing up?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, that would do it though, because I remember that for me. I was in 6th grade, so you were in 8th grade, which makes sense. Like that was 13 for you. Yeah. Like I remember I wanted to dress up as Batman that year. I think no, or was it? Wait, was it? No. Yeah, was that 5th grade? Was I in 5th grade? What year is that for you? What grade?
I think
were you
it was 7th grade.
So I was in 5th grade because I remember wanting to be Batman. So then I remember being Batman for 5th grade. That makes way more sense. So it was 5th grade, and I wanted to be Batman. I remember like getting the whole Dark Knight Rises like costume and everything. And I remember people were like, because like the hurricane was coming, and like they were like, we're canceling Halloween this year, and like no one listened. Like so trick or treating was happening and everything. But we didn't find out until like we kind of like we bucked up and like we went and like kind of we had no idea what the outside was like at that moment. But I remember because we went trick or treating really late into the night. It was like we usually would go out like during the day. Like that was usually like our yearly like thing. We would like.
I feel like I usually left like 6 or 7.
It was always like after school, like at least, yeah, or after school. And if it was on a weekend, like we would try to get as early as possible, like to get as much candy and shit. But yeah, that like hit me hard. So like the fact that it was like for you like 13, which is like a moment of questioning like trick or treating and shit like that, like that makes sense. That makes total sense. For dressing up, no, because I never stopped, and I've remembered every Halloween
I never
outfit.
had the enthusiasm to do the Mario and Luigi costume.
Oh, but that'd be so good. I'm so short compared to you. Oh my gosh, like. Oh my god, I've tracked every costume I've done every year. I actually am sad that I did Spider-Man for so long in high school, but like not in high school, in college, because like I just had to make use of that damn suit.
No.
And I'm still so sad that I lost that mask. But I'll get a new one though. Yeah, I lost that mask. Last year. Yeah, which is kind of cool. I don't know. That was like the year I was kind of like feeling myself, so it was kind of cool that I would never.
No Way Home of you.
I know. I was. It was
Spider-Man 2.
My little. Everyone knew who was under that little. Because I remember my freshman year was when the first time I wore that, and I remember like refusing to take off the mask because I had like so much acne and like I had like mask hair and I had moppy ass hair. Like it was just like so flat on the top of my head, or I guess floppy. I had floppy ass hair. I refused to take it off, and people were like telling me to like, oh, take off the mask and everything, and I was like, no, don't. Yeah, I'm not going to. Like, so it was nice. It was nice that I was like comfortable enough, like then by my senior year of college to like just walk around like with my my buns out and everything. But I love Halloween. And you still dress up. You've been dressing up for Halloween.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had the same vigor to dress up
yet.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think the only other time I've gotten excited was for my Ghetto Batman costume.
Oh, yeah.
I love that thing so much.
Yeah.
Like
what was the story behind that?
Version of Batman.
Yes.
Where I painted a paper bag black, cut out eye holes. I even used like scissors that like cut in like sort of triangle shape, so it looks kind of like how like Chester's dad did.
Yeah, no, I remember this. No, you're explaining this to me. I know what this is.
A trash bag over the body with like a trash bag cape. I made the bat symbol out of Post-its and black marker. And then I made a Batmobile out of a cardboard box. It was my favorite costume. I remade it for a work Halloween event.
Oh, so good.
Which terrified my roommate Emma because she was not. I think it was because I had to come back in. I had forgotten something.
Yeah.
So like just tall black figure and a black mask.
Yeah.
It was still a trash.
It was like it looked very much like Lego Batman to me.
I
gave
can
Lego
see that.
Batman.
I can see that.
And I remember like you wanted to. That was going to be our duo thing because I had like a Robin like shirt and like a cape.
Oh yeah.
But it was like I remember getting to like our gathering like pretty late, and I think
no one else did a costume. I don't think.
So lame. That's so lame. How are people that lame around the one time of the year where you can literally wear anything you want and it's socially acceptable? Like that. Like there's no reason.
I will say though, my freshman year of college, like Halloween fell on a Wednesday, which when you're in college is the best time to have Halloween.
Really?
Because both weekends become Halloween weekend.
Oh yeah.
So you're going crazy for Halloween for like 9 days.
It's so good. It's so good.
Usually you'll see mostly both weekends and like the day of Halloween people will be wearing costumes. Sometimes in between.
Yeah.
And then just like the parties, people are drinking and partying like it is the last night on earth, which for someone who didn't even like Halloween was kind of a spectacle to behold.
It's so good. Halloween, I think, just like it does something to like an individual that like I feel like, which is why I don't know why people who are so like yeah, I don't want to dress up on Halloween, like just do it. Like if there's no shame in it. Like literally, the only shame that you're giving it is the shame you're giving it.
I don't think I've ever associated with shame. I think I've had a lot of apathy towards it, where it's like I don't care if other people do it. I don't know if that's worse. But perhaps it's coming from a place where I am so content with myself that I don't feel the need. And not to say that like people who wear costumes don't feel happy with themselves, but like there's not a certain appeal to dress up in a costume. Like I'm just happy in my own skin. So much more than like the appeal of being myself is so much more than the appeal of wearing a costume.
Interesting. I feel like it's
I've never thought about it that way before, but I feel like that's probably subconsciously how I felt. Genuinely.
Really?
I think
even
so.
if it's like hey, like
when I did the doctor,
that's fun.
I had fun.
Yeah, it's all about fun. It's all about celebrating. Like,
but I think for most costumes, like it just doesn't have that. Especially like, this. I don't know if this is like an appropriate tangent or not that we're talking about Halloween, but it is the Halloween episode. I feel like anytime I get really excited about a costume, it would just be like it's kind of like hot and like it starts to get smelly.
Oh,
it feels
yeah.
Weird.
The polyester
Like,
and everything.
I feel like most times I would get excited about a costume as a kid. It just sort of be like, at this point, it feels like it's for everyone else because I don't think I'm even enjoying this.
Oh, you really were, Dylan.
Yeah. Yeah.
You really are. I right now feel like I'm Arnie, and you do feel like a Dylan at this moment. Because what? No! Also, it's
like
crazy.
the eye holes don't match up. Especially, like, I was always a tall kid. I was in, like, the 97th percentile always. So, like, the eye holes, I was usually, like, I had to angle to make it work.
Yeah.
Is that not something you had to do?
Well, okay, for me, the eye hole thing, I love that you bring it up because as a kid, I tried, all my costumes are superhero based, or a lot of them were at least. I rarely did the spooky thing, which is like, it's probably which is why I'm like, I feel like when people are talking about like costumes and everything and like which one to dress up as, it's like, just do whatever you want. And that's the fun of it. So like for me, I was like, it's one time of the year where I can like feel, you know, like powerful, or like I can feel like grand, and in this grand holiday where people are able to let their freak flag fly. Like, so the freak in me was just like, it's the freak that loves heroes and all that stuff. So like whenever I would wear like masks with those eye holes, like a Spider-Man mask, or like in the Party City thing with the eye holes and everything, sometimes though, like even if it didn't look like the character and like didn't do like service enough, because like Party City is not like very screen accurate, like I still kind of like the uncomfortability, which is funny you mentioned kind of made me feel like I was in like like in their shoes, like in their trenches, like kind of more.
Okay.
Like, I don't know, if it was riding up too much, I'd be like, this is probably what Batman feels like all the time, or like this is probably like how Spider-Man's ass feels like in this tight ass costume right now.
Honestly, they probably felt worse.
They probably felt worse. Actually, yes, you're right, because this is actually, it's designed for like children in mind and their comfortability, like to some degree. So, and because I would always sweat through my shit, like all the time, and like the combination of sweat and like uncomfortability would help. It would like kind of help made me go like, this is a moment, this is an adventure, this is like work is getting done, and I'm loving this day and everyone who's dressed up around me, because it's like, I don't know, like you're putting on a show, you're putting on a play, you're dressing up as like things that aren't you, and you guys are able to like walk around and be like, oh, like it's a crossover, you're Optimus Prime and for some reason I'm Ben 10 right now, or like some shit like that, and that's fun.
I feel like, again, I can't remember exact years or whatever, but I feel like I probably haven't felt that way about Halloween since I was like 9 years old.
Well, it's
I will say another.
You're about to feel like that again, man. Especially with me around, because it is such a great holiday.
Again, when we did like the Doctor Who thing and the Tony Stark and Spider-Man, like that Halloween was great.
So great.
And I love my ghetto Batman costume, but other than that, I've never had that. There's a lackluster to Halloween. I think also when I was a kid, usually. Again, because I usually didn't care what costume I wanted. I will remember we'd go through Party City, and I was going through the aisles over and over again because I could not find one that I cared to do.
Right, they're all yeah. Was it? Did it feel too commercial to you or something?
I don't know. I think I just none of them drew to me. I think one time I was Indiana Jones, and I was like that was
That's
cool.
fun.
I think I like fell on Homer Simpson one year.
You did Homer Simpson?
I did Homer Simpson. It came with like a belly and
that's
everything.
That's so fun.
And that it was fun enough that I remembered it.
Yeah.
It definitely had the eye hole thing. I remember that much.
Yeah.
But like I think for the most part, it was usually like I did something that sort of copied whatever Champ was doing. Like if like he did Power Rangers like once or twice, and like a ninja, and like I think I usually just got a similar costume.
Right.
Because I couldn't think of anything. My mom was probably just like, okay, I guess they're just both gonna be
duo.
ninja. It's a cute brother costume.
Wow,
then.
that's so different from how Kim and I did things.
So that probably was also just like, I'm not really being the things that I want to be because there's nothing I really want to be.
Wow. But you can be anything. That's the point.
Yeah.
Like it's like sometimes I don't know, for like me, like it's like you can just like just be whatever you want in that moment without like the social barrier. It was so okay. That's so.
I explicitly remember in high school I would look at there was a Ryan Higa video of just like lazy Halloween costumes, and I was like, can I just do one of these? And
that's fun. You could.
I did. I was a quarterback.
If you were like, I was
a quarterback. I taped a cord to my back.
That's cool. Look at that. That's at least fun. I mean, yeah. There's like you can make it a pun.
It's exactly what it was.
Yeah. Like that's fun.
But it was like more so it's just like this is the most possible enjoyment I can get out of this, doing a bit with very little effort involved.
Wow. That's for me. For Kim and I
feel like this isn't conducive to an inspiring Halloween special.
Well, I just feel like for me, as somebody who loves Halloween so much, like, and has grew up like with a family that just loves dressing up and shit. It's just I don't know. That's such a different perspective that I just like. I can't.
Do your parents also dress up?
Oh yeah, Kim would make them.
I think that's another thing. My parents, I think I've only seen them dress up once. Like they went to a Halloween party.
It's weirder because when we were kids, like Kim and I, they wouldn't dress up as much with us. But for some fucking reason, as we got older, we did start dressing them up more because we wanted them just to have fun. Like one time, like Kim, like literally just like painted my dad's face like fuck all, like some ghoulish face with like a mustache, and gave him like a hat or some shit. It was like really fun, and like my mom sometimes she would like wear the wigs and everything, like just something at least to like have fun like with the outfits. And like when we were kids, Kim, like she would go for the spooky thing. Her thing was the spooky thing. So she even did Supergirl one year, but she did it Bizarro Supergirl because she wanted to be like she wanted at least the spooky aspect to it. So me, I was always sticking to like, you know, like just me putting on like a costume for the fun of like I can feel like another character. Like I did Luigi once as a kid. And I was in a wheelchair at this time. This is in 3rd grade. And I like remember like wanting so badly to like, and I didn't know how to, and nobody around me knew how to do this. Like, but I remember like ideally that year, I wanted to like paper mache that wheelchair into a Yoshi. Like that would have been so that's one of my biggest regrets of like something that I remember that was so out of my wheelhouse of capability. Like I don't even think I communicated it enough to like my family to even like have them like surprise me with it or anything.
So I was thinking like maybe like have a cardboard cut it and like paste on the sides.
No, but I don't even think we had time. And also like it was, I think they were focusing on like me and my condition at the time. Like that it was like, we got you the Luigi costume.
But that would have been so cool.
It would have been cute. It would have been really cute. I hope that exists as a reality somewhere else in the world, but I just love Halloween. I love Halloween, and I love Halloweentown. I love Halloweentown. Also, like, okay, can we talk about how Halloween? We were talking about this earlier, while watching the movies. It's basically like about like being biracial.
Yes.
Yeah. And you are somebody who is biracial.
Yeah.
So how about you?
I'm an expert on this.
Yeah. Let's speak to this.
So, they don't talk about the dad too much. They mention him passingly in the first and second movie, like in 2 lines each or something like that. And it became clear that the dad is a human and their mom is a witch, and essentially the reason why that she isn't such a big fan of magic is because the dad sort of showed him like human life, and like she became enamored with it and saw the value to it, and she just like really adopted herself into the human world. But it also means that all the Cromwell children are half witch or warlock, half human.
Yeah.
Which even still, like the witches and warlocks look pretty human to me.
Yeah.
It's kind of giving Harry Potter of just like you're either born with magic, but definitely culturally, they are very distinct.
Yes.
And that's like the big conflict between Agatha and what was her name?
The mom?
Yeah.
Gwen.
Yeah, they don't really say her name much.
They did in the second one.
They did.
I remember
I think Calabar also calls her Gwen.
Like once.
Probably.
I think
we were also talking during that part, so it was easy to miss.
We were.
But yeah, it's interesting. Like we were sort of talking about, like, especially because Marnie is deciding like which world she wants to belong to and spend time in, and like the conflict of 2 that's like behind the scenes. Like she wants to spend a year with her grandma in Halloweentown and learn all the witch stuff, which like especially at the time when you can only travel during Halloween is like you are saying goodbye to your family, but it's also that huge cultural thing of like I either get to celebrate my witch side or my human side. And I think even like when we're talking about Steven Universe, however many weeks ago it was, it actually could even be in the future, Steven Universe future.
I have no idea what we're talking about.
But like Steven Universe is half gem, half human, and like during the game you would ask like, are they gem? If they're not gem, they must be human.
Right.
And like,
and Steven's both.
The idea that like it feels like a one or the other.
Yeah.
Like, or actually, no, it's not the same.
I wouldn't fault you if you had said yes and if it was Steven. Like, or if it was human and you'd said yes.
I would have said yes for either.
Yeah.
But it is that like very interesting thing about identity and something that you can actually relate to, as if you couldn't relate to this before. But like on like those like check off like what race you are, and they don't have like Hispanic or something like that, or it's like,
oh my gosh,
white non-Hispanic,
or it's
like,
separate. That always freaked me out, like that it was not even a part of that same part of the Scantron. It was its own part. That was so like weird.
It's like question 12, like what race are you? Question 13, are you Hispanic? Like
what is that?
And that definitely like confused me a lot. And I think it's different because they aren't even like witches and wizards and everyone in Halloweentown just like is a foreign concept to the human world.
Right. It's
so much so in Halloweentown High they have to like they have to look human. They have to disguise themselves,
which is still pretty analogous to like I think like all their it's basically just like it's culture shock.
That's true. But there is something where like actually I guess like part of my feeling that I was made to feel like is that I'm either not Hispanic enough, not white enough, too white.
Yeah.
Very much like a one or the other status that I think is honestly exemplified in Halloweentown. I don't think they spend too much time on it, but I think it is something you could absolutely dissect from Halloweentown.
Right. It's at least part of it's part of like the character conflict because it's like Marnie's there. Like as
especially
somebody,
with Dylan,
because Dylan is essentially like constantly disrespecting like
I don't take
his
that
culture.
part from Dylan. I would like to say that we have said a lot about me and Dylan being
similar. Or do you?
How dare you, sir?
No, I know. No, it's because he's constantly insulting that part of like what is essentially like their identity.
When he's talking to Calabar, who is at this time just the mayor, a well-respected warlock of the town, he goes, "I'm human."
Oh yeah,
and it's so derogatory
with such a freaking bite and venom to it.
It's like, I'm not like you.
Yeah,
I am human.
I'm human, thank you. And that's kind of how the mom character. He probably gets this from his mom.
It definitely it definitely trickles down from the mom. I don't think she'd be anywhere near as rude about it. No. Or like, I think if they had never found out about this part, or like the grandma was never an influence, he probably would be like that insane level of just like
he though, like there were, to give him benefit of the doubt, like I know like Dylan, there was actually like a distinct moment that I remember making a mental note of that I thought was really like charming that I forgot about his character. It was like in the beginning, like when their grandma is what?
No, I'm sorry. I was like, I want to do a bit of just yes-anding, but in the most annoying way. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Please continue.
So in the beginning, like he's coming and like he's see, no, that's what you thought.
You bookmarked a point where he was a
So
character.
like the grandma is reading like the
Halloweentown
book and like the story of Halloweentown and its finding, and like they see the picture of like Marnie and there, but before that, like Dylan is like, he snootily knocks and he's just like I just came here to check if you guys put the thermostat to like 68
that was
degrees.
so cute.
Like, but he was and he was hiding like that he actually wanted to listen to the story. Like, and so I think that's supposed to like kind of like give like the hint where he's like he still likes it.
Oh, you know what it is? Like, it's probably like he's trying to be the person that he thinks his mom would be most proud of.
Which makes sense. Which is like a beautiful thing.
I guess it's not heartbreaking, but it's just like
it's so it endears that character like. I think every time it makes it easier to be endeared to him every time he's so bitey and like I'm human like and like all that stuff, and he's like insulting like the weirdness of this world.
And he definitely learns magic. Like in the second movie, like he basically doesn't use it until the very end. Dude,
his little fingers sparkling, and him going like oh
just
no, it's like when you have like a food from like your culture and you like it and like you haven't had it and you're like, oh god, this is so good. Because I know what you mean, like to like to go back to like the identity thing, like in its metaphor. I kind of know what you mean, like to a different sense, because I'm not biracial. I'm like my family's like fully like Colombian blooded and whatever like came before and whatever mix. But I do understand when you said like it's like are you this enough? Are you that enough? Like I don't know. Like it's more of a cultural thing. What I'm getting at now, it's like. There was the Colombian culture that I kind of was like familiar with like growing up, like just through my family, and then but there was also the American culture, like that I kind of I did live with, like that was the culture I was born in, and that was like who I went to school with, and they would teach me about American history, and so I didn't know like what then Colombian people who were born in Colombia would live in. So like it represents so much like these like fantasy stories, like they do that metaphor.
That also brought to mind a similar thing for me, because it's actually like kind of very similar to the Cromwells as well. That my mom, she was Dominican, she was born in Dominican Republic, but when she met my dad, like she kind of abandoned a lot of her cultural associations with Dominican Republic. Where when she was in Dominican Republic, there were like 9 kids in a poor like countryside house, and like you had to fight to get everything, to get a word in. Like you had to be the loudest, you had to be the quickest, you had to like get the food as quick as you could, all that different stuff. And because my mom is a very meek person, she kind of didn't thrive all that well. I think she became even more quiet because just everyone else was so much louder and so much more persistent. And like seeing the way that my dad's family did things, she loved so much that she really like wanted to learn and adopt that culture.
Interesting.
So much so that I feel like I missed a lot of Dominican culture, because like not only did my mom love it so much, but also all my mom's family is in Florida. So we would see them once or twice a year maybe.
And it wasn't like a thing where it's like she was trying to push it down. It was more it was just like she just wanted more of this other like culture to be a part of her life.
But like we didn't really play too much Dominican music in the house. My mom didn't learn to cook a lot of Dominican or even Latin foods until like later on. Like she had 1 or 2 things. But a lot of food like also wasn't there. Even like stories of Dominican Republic, my mom doesn't even remember. And so I would get bits and pieces when I would go to Florida with some of my family, but like I feel like I missed out on so much culturally, and like I'm missing so much of that cultural knowledge because it just like wasn't what our family was, I guess, built on. The structure of the family that my parents have created, and like there's nothing wrong with that. I love my childhood.
Yeah, they're all choices.
But like it does add to that feeling of like not being Dominican enough. Like I don't know all these Dominican classics. I didn't grow up where like this was a household norm or this cooking style. And like again, it's fine. It just has been something that has been noticeably like lacking, for lack of a better word. Because I don't want to make one seem like better or worse, or like that I need one or the other, but it definitely is something that has brought question to my identity.
I think it's always your choice. I think like because just like how it was your mom's like choice to do so, like it wasn't none of these things were like forced like on her. Like these were just like things that she just like she enjoyed and she just wanted to like adopt, and sort of things that she you know necessarily didn't want to carry. I think that's like I think with you, even with you, I think you have the choice if you want to embrace that more. Like with Marnie or whatever, like I guess to connect it to that, like I think it is a choice, like because I know what you mean. That really strikes with me because it's like because I feel like that all the time, like when it comes to like just being Latino and shit like that, because it's like I never find myself overtly expressing that, but that is a choice because like I don't know, like the things that I absorb are things that we all absorb, I think, what we absorb, like, and that's for a reason. Like, I think, like, it's there's no other reason than just because, like I like the color blue because I like the color blue. Like, like you like food because you like that kind of food. Like everyone likes what they like, and everyone wants to adopt what they adopt because they just do, and I think that's like fine. Like Marnie, she liked Halloween, so she wanted to embrace that Halloween part of her. Like, and Dylan liked being a little shit, so So he so he kept being a little shit, but he was still, it was always a choice, and whatever the hell. But yeah, damn, I didn't know that. Yeah.
And so another thing is I found like a BuzzFeed quiz of like which character are you. So I wanted to see if you're feeling it or not.
I could, yeah. We're gonna do a BuzzFeed quiz right now.
We're gonna do.
Wow, I've never. Okay, like.
Well, we're what, 45 minutes in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
We've been going for a while.
Oh my gosh.
We spent a lot of it talking about Halloween and not Halloweentown.
I love Halloween. Well, they're both. Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah. Go watch Halloweentown if you want to know what Halloween. Like,
what are you asking us?
What are you asking us for? I feel like, I don't know. Like, I feel like a decom from like 96 or like
98, I think.
98. Like, yeah. I feel like everyone around our age has probably seen Halloweentown, and they remember, and they love it in their own little unique way, and and I think that's great. So we're gonna do a BuzzFeed quiz.
We're gonna do a BuzzFeed quiz. Okay. See which Halloween.
Are you gonna send me the BuzzFeed quiz?
No, I'm going to read it off.
Oh, so I do nothing. I just answer.
You just answer.
Oh, that's
you just
amazing. I feel like
sit there with your pretty little
like
face.
I literally am
and
a passenger princess in the sense of this adventure that I'm going along.
All right. Question 1.
Yes.
Pick a candy. The choices are.
I love the voice.
Candy apples. Lollipop.
Yum. What kind? What's the picture they give?
It's like the swirly ones, similar to the one that Calabar pulls out of his ear.
Oh, when he did that, I hated it.
Yeah.
Oh, the little pop sound they gave, and I was like, I was on board with Sophie, going like, I don't want that. I don't you dare.
I was so glad that Sophie did.
She always did, like, she always knew the vibe. Of
one of the things that like the Cromwells have is just like a magical sense.
Yeah,
and I think Sophie has the strongest one.
Oh yeah, she's like the chosen one if there was one in this world, and I love it.
More candies. Candy bars. They're showing Kit Kat specifically.
Okay.
Caramel. Candy corn.
Ooh, I always did like candy corn.
Or, I don't like sweets.
I thought. Ooh. I'm going to say candy corn.
Candy corn.
Weirdly, even though I wouldn't like.
I don't think I've ever actually had candy corn. I've just decided that I don't like it.
How dare you? How dare you? It's all right.
Yeah, you chose it.
I do get sick of it sometimes, but I am nibbling on that shit whenever I get the chance.
Okay.
If there was butterscotch, that'd be my first choice. That's my favorite candy. What's your favorite candy?
I think it's if I'm looking for something chocolatey, it's Kit Kats. If I'm looking for something sweet, it's Sour Patch Watermelon.
Ooh, I kind of got sick of those after a while.
I also love a good Nerds Rope.
A Nerds Rope. That's just the regular Nerds, right?
It's Nerds, but like on like a licorice-y type.
Oh, I've never had those. I think I've always wanted. Oh no, that's a complete fucking lie. I just always forget how they are. Or
fantastic.
I don't remember how they taste.
Next time I find one, I'll save one for you.
Please, thank you.
What's your first stop in Halloweentown? Aggie's house?
Ooh.
Mayor's office?
No.
Ice cream shop? It's run by the Abominable Snowman.
Oh yeah. They didn't show that though, right?
No. Actually, no. I think they do go to
like
the
outside.
ice cream shop. They find the mayor in there, unless it was another.
They're like
candy
outside
shop.
of it, I think.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I watched it such a long time ago.
I know, years.
The broom shop.
Ooh, that's where they're outside of, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bookstore, or the cinema. Go to the cinema where everyone was getting killed.
Yeah, but can you imagine that actually, like, in normal
also,
Halloweentown?
One of the things that we said that I kind of want to reiterate because it's kind of important. One of the things in the first Halloweentown is like Aggie's telling her daughter, like, I want you to come with me because something sinister is happening, and I need some help. No one in town is helping me. I would love for my daughter to help me on this. And she's like, no, your world isn't my problem. And like, if it would have dropped there, like the kids didn't come along, she would never see her mom again.
That happens though. Those are estranged family vibes for sure.
Yeah.
Like the way that conversation went out.
Yeah. The dialogue felt very real, very family.
Even the way it was shot, I was like, this feels like a real, like,
Where are you going? Can you try to not fight with Grandma
tonight?
My
God, yeah. Marnie said that straight up to her mother's face. That's what we were talking about earlier. She's just like, whoa, that's your mom, that's your grandma. They have like beef in history, I'm sure. Anyways,
where would you first visit?
Where'd I go? I actually think the cinema because I am imagining. My imagination is running wild.
Also, another thing, a tangent on this question alone.
Yeah.
seeing in the second movie, if you'll remember, everything turns gray and boring.
Love that aesthetic.
And yeah, so we were looking at like Aggie's house and like the trash man's house, Gort's house, and we were just like, this looks beautiful. Yeah. And it's 100% the being an adult is realizing that you love the gray world like furniture
of like modern like aesthetic to
yes,
it, like a clean office.
It's
like,
beautiful.
I like it. I'd live there.
Question 3: what would you use your powers to do?
Ooh.
Solve my problems, and by my I mean your.
Solving
your own problems for yourself. Saving your town. Keep in touch with family. Read really fast.
Ooh, that is a cool power for like the sequels.
Take over the town.
Yes.
Or open locks and sneak cookies.
Wait, what was that last one?
Open locks and sneak cookies.
Actually, I've always so like okay, this is actually like kind of like a I don't even know what to call this. Like it's like an intrusive thought, but not really.
Okay.
Like I've always thought if I had like Spider-Man's like web, not even his shooters because that's too like apparent. But if I had like his little like Tobey Maguire web holes, I guess. I sometimes when I pass by like places, I kind of wish I could just like thwip it and like nab it and like have a because it's like yum, like thanks for that. So I would do that. So I feel like that's more representative of me. I don't know if it. So
we're trying to find out which Halloween character are you.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the most representative of me.
Be true to yourself.
I feel like I would do what Soapy does, and like if my mom told me like you can't have this cookie, I'd turn around and I'd be like I really wanted that cookie, and then my whatever magic powers I don't know like that are awakened, like it would just come floating to like how it did to the back of her head, which is so sick.
All right. How would you get around Halloweentown? Benny.
Benny.
Flying on a broom. Walking.
Wait, sorry. I just realized that in the Heights, isn't the taxi service guy also named Benny?
Yeah.
That's so funny!
Which was clearly a reference.
Was that the reference? I didn't get that. Okay. Oh, I thought you meant just now. I thought you were doing the reference.
Oh, yeah, I was doing the reference.
Oh, Benny!
Benny!
Benny! Wait, yeah, go on. So I didn't hear like everything after Benny!
Oh, no, I lost my place.
No,
it threw me to the bottom.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. It just reset everything. Okay. Candy corn. Cinema.
Benny!
Open locks and sneak cookies.
Benny!
Flying on a broom.
Right.
Walking.
Oh.
Teleportation.
Oh.
It's written in such small text.
Come on. It would be like that.
Teleportation. A portal.
Oh, there's more?
The bus.
Those are such different forms of transportation.
Hence why it's a personality question.
I feel like, though, you wouldn't, like... Okay, who would, like, choose in anything the bus over teleportation of any kind?
Some people just like the bus.
That's crazy. You're right.
I guess I am
only me.
There are those two witches gossiping.
They were just having... Yeah, they could have totally used their powers together to open a portal like a Marnie.
If you were flying on a broom, you would not be able to hear each other. The wind would be going by way too fast.
Oh, that's true. They couldn't gab. They couldn't gab on the brooms. See, I'm stuck between teleportation and the brooms. Genuinely. Because I would love to fly. And teleportation, like, it's just the result, teleportation. It's not the experience. Which is why I've always liked super speed more than, like, teleportation. Because you get the experience of the travel.
I think that's why I prefer teleportation. I don't care about the experience.
That's so Dylan.
That's
so Dylan of you. I'm gonna say broom.
Broom.
Yes.
All right. Flying on a broom. Who would be your BFF in Halloweentown?
Ooh, Benny.
That is one of the options.
Are you serious?
Benny.
Benny.
Goblins.
Ooh.
I'm a loner.
Damn.
Witches and warlocks. I prefer the human world. Everyone. Benny.
What? Who is taking this quiz that is saying I prefer the human world?
I was gonna say,
would you choose that?
No.
Ooh.
That's such a good question.
My goodness, I apologize for that prejudgment that I just did.
I feel like I would like the human world. I would probably want to live in the human world. Yeah. But I wouldn't like not have friends.
Yeah, being a loner.
I think I said everyone.
I'm Oh, wait, you were taking this, so you didn't know your result.
I did it before.
Ooh. Wait, are you going to tell me at the end, or can you tell me now?
I think I got Sophie.
You got Sophie? Yes! Oh, that's so good! She's the best character!
Which is great for my reputation.
She's literally the fucking best character. Dude, she's the best character in the series. It's so... It sucks that they dropped her, but it also is like so cool in the fourth one there. She's like, she's learning with me, Marnie. Don't worry. She's the next badass. Oh, it's so cool. Yeah. That's so good.
She's living her best life.
I love Sophie so much. Ah, my God.
Man, we need a Sophie spinoff.
I feel like it's possible. What is the actress doing these days?
I don't know.
That's great.
But I feel like she would be the right age for the Sophie spinoff.
Yeah, I feel like Disney loves bringing shit back. Like, I don't know. There was so much potential to like that entire franchise.
It was
so much
Sophie
potential.
all along.
Oh, yeah. I got to watch that.
Is it out?
It came out like this week, I think.
Oh,
or whenever this is... sorry. When this was recorded, I should say. The week this was recorded.
This was recorded the day it was released. It is Halloween right now.
It's all insane how they give one specific guy and then everyone else is like groups of people.
Yeah.
Which if we're doing the race allegory,
Benny.
It's crazy. Yeah, Benny. He's the only skeleton too, right? That we see.
I think so. Yeah.
I'd be friends with Benny. Okay. Yeah, Benny's my answer, of course.
Benny.
I'd fucking if I had the option of like I would be on my broom as much as I can, but I would talk to Benny if I just wanted like to chat with a motherfucker. He's so chill, unless he's like really angry. Like
you're just like flying next to him on your broom as he's driving his taxi.
Dude, he would crash. He'd be like, "Hey, get out the way!" And then, well, actually, he wouldn't even die. But
I thought the only thing I'd be cracking is jokes.
Just an explosion in Halloweentown. A mechanical explosion is insane. All right, what's the next question?
All right, what would you be for a Halloween?
For a Halloween.
Spider-Man is not an option. I'm sorry.
Dang it. No. How about Spooky Spider-Man? Is that an option?
No.
Oh.
Keep guessing. I'm sure you'll get
Scary Spider-Man.
The first one, a witch.
A witch? I like that.
Goblin King.
Ooh, a Goblin King. I like that.
Disney Princess.
Ooh.
A
Which
ghost.
one? Wait, why is that an option? Oh, Disney. Right. It's Disney.
It is.
That makes sense. I think Tinkerbell was in the background too. Like somebody was dressed up as like kind of a green fairy.
Oh, in the Halloween party.
In Halloweentown.
Oh, in Halloweentown.
I think so. I think somebody had like the blonde like dewy uppy and like the green dress.
Okay.
What?
I don't know, man. I was just really liking the vibration my voice was doing at that look. Okay. Halloweentown.
Viewers beware. You're in for a scare.
So Disney Princess.
Disney Princess.
A ghost.
Ghost. Ooh, I like ghosts.
Mary Poppin.
Okay.
I'm Mary Poppin, y'all.
Mary Poppin, y'all.
So you can be Yondu. Or Darth Vader.
What the fuck?
That's also Disney.
That is also Disney, but like, what? Okay, I don't want to answer Darth Vader because that's not a part of like the spooky vibe that we're going for, but I'm going to answer Darth Vader.
You're going to answer
that feels representative of who I am.
Would you like to hear your results?
Oh, that's it?
Apparently.
Wow. We ended Darth Vader. Bro, if I'm Dylan, I'm shitting myself. If I'm Dylan, that'd be so funny. That is so cosmically funny. There's no way. No, don't give me that face.
Sophie Piper.
Yes! Oh, the best character.
You're young, sweet, and fearless.
Damn right I am.
You have a great memory, and you always know how to get a party started.
Well, wait, what? That's what? That's not
so
her vibe.
Crazy.
She's a little girl. What? She's
and
not.
They used the image from the first movie too.
What? When she's her smallest and like fucking tiniest.
When she looks 6 years old.
Are you serious? There's nothing about that character that indicates
she
I'm fucking going
how to get a party started.
Wow, I guess
we clearly missed something.
We really did not. I didn't read that character well enough.
She also would be Darth Vader.
That's so freaking funny.
I imagine that was for like Calabar or something like that.
Calabar was like, and always knows how to get a party started. Yeah. I was kind of hoping for Debbie Reynolds' character.
Oh yeah,
from
the
grandmother Cromwell, Aggie.
Oh, you want to be Aggie?
Debbie Reynolds. Dude, she's a queen.
I don't know why. She's so cool. I heard Debbie Reynolds and thought the mom because that's not right.
No, I forgot what the mom's actor. She's in other stuff though. I know she's in other stuff. But oh my god, she's just so. I remember
Debbie.
I remember like watching that as a kid, like, and just being so. I think because I didn't watch Mary Poppins when I was a kid, so for me that was kind of like essentially my Mary Poppins because she is like this like she wasn't a nanny, but she was like like their weird like spooky like second like kind of caretaker, because then she like brings them into their
She
house.
had the Mary
and everything.
Poppins bag.
And she had the Mary Poppins bag.
Oh, that's probably why that was an answer in the thingy thing.
What was the answer?
Like that. Like who would you be for Halloween? Mary Poppins. That was the.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Oh, right. That actually makes total sense. I thought it was just because of another Disney property. But anyway, yeah, that makes
they all have to be resumed.
that makes total sense. Also, why does Dylan dress up as like a Mexican man in the sequel? Why does that happen?
It's ask the screenwriters. It's
That's
not.
so. Do you think that was in the script?
By all intents and purposes, it was not Dylan's choice. Even in.
Oh yeah, no, the actor.
It was
doing his
literally
job,
the only
yes.
thing.
It also was the time and everything.
Yeah.
Like
they played like Mexican music.
bro, and I remember. Do you remember when we were watching?
It's like, yeah, you remember. Need a costume.
They do the musical cue. Yeah. I was so because I forgot. You remember when we were watching it? I forgot that was what he wore later. So I was like,
why are there so many sombreros?
Yeah, there's like two skeletons with ponchos and sombreros, and then two separate sombreros hung on the wall like vertically. I was like, there's a lot of sombreros here,
and it was just house decoration.
And yeah. No, I think it was for the party, but it was just
house decoration for the party.
Oh, I thought you meant like,
but it was in their household. They were like, it's really Halloweeny.
I thought you meant like that's just what they had. Can you imagine that's just what they had like after the party? Like it's
we're a poor family. We only had sombreros.
That was the only way to keep the house a little more vibrant than our like normal. You know what's actually weird? They don't really ever have a real other than like when Sophie and like Dylan are like on the broom flying. They don't show the human world that often in any of these movies, or at least in the first two.
Yeah, because Halloweentown High, that's so human.
I forget it. I can't.
They go to the mall.
I can't wait to watch that one.
They go to the mall. It's so human. Well, we're not going to watch it for a whole.
I know
year.
for a whole year, but I know Ryan from High School Musical is in it, and I'm really excited to see that because I haven't seen.
He's also
years.
in Food Boy.
Is he also in Food Boy?
I think he's the main character.
Oh my gosh!
I think there's like a thumbnail of him with his thumbs up and like.
Is he Food Boy?
Airbrush.
He's Food Boy.
I think he is Food Boy.
No, he's not Food Boy.
Yeah, and he's in like a striped shirt with his smile.
We're not. I will not. We should not explain what Food Boy is. No. I want somebody to Google that because it's such such a funny name. Food Boy. It's everything a 10-year-old would want to be. A food boy. Oh my gosh. But they don't really show. It's weird because that's a big part of the conversation in the first two. Like the human versus like Halloween like kind of like identity for Marnie. So I just feel like it's very interesting that we only really get a sense of the human world just by Marnie's like two friends in the beginning of both movies that are two separate sets of friends, I think, and like just an idea that there was like a life that she has in the human world, which is I don't know. We get more Halloweentown, which is why we're there, but it's just interesting, which makes sense why in the third one it is more of the human world because they don't even go to Halloweentown. I think
I didn't like it though. I
remember
we'll talk about it more.
There's like a judge scene
in a full year.
Right, in a full year. Wait an entire year for this one. Yeah.
But I think we are at about our nostalgia hour.
Is that it? Is that the hour?
I think that's the hour.
Wow. I forget these are like an hour. Yeah. Just like a solid hour.
Imagine an hour.
Oh my God. Imagine an hour of nostalgia, which we kind of did. We basically like talked about like our own personal nostalgias like through Halloween. So it wasn't even just our nostalgia of Halloweentown.
It truly felt like a Halloween special.
It really did. Yeah. Are you like, is there any scaring that's going to happen? You're going to scare? Okay. The people don't like know that like they don't know I'm sitting on your furniture, but you're going to have to like clean this shit up. You know that, right? Like that's your fault.
We got a problem.
Oh yeah, who said stinky again in the movie? Oh, Big Cheese. We didn't even talk about Big Cheese.
But it was not Big Cheese who said
it was Big Cheese. It was Sophie.
Sophie.
It was Sophie. She called Big Cheese
Miss Stinky.
Yeah, she called him
Stinky was the name of an ogre that they had as a pet temporarily and lost apparently between 1 and 2 in the 2 years between 1 and 2.
Oh my gosh! What do you think?
They
happened?
had an ogre named Stinky that they lost.
What do you think happened? You think they just lost them?
I think he ran away.
I think he died. And I think he's okay. And I think he's in Halloweentown heaven.
It was really raw when you're just like, I'm dying now. I'm going to hell. That's what happens when you're a witch. Did I not tell you that? Okay, bye.
Who said that?
You said that.
When did I say that?
When we were watching Halloweentown 2 and Aggie was like all gray and like basically.
No, that was Champ.
Was it? Oh, it was.
That was Champ. Yeah, I didn't say. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. Apologies to Champ for not giving him the credit for that baller line that he just pulled out.
What did he say? I didn't even hear that. Like,
he was like, "I'm dying. I'm gonna go to hell now. That's what witches do. We go to hell." Like,
oh yeah.
See,
you're even saying it like Champ. That's exactly how he talks.
Yeah.
I'm dying. Oh yeah. Anyways, should we wish everybody a happy Halloween?
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
May your Halloween be anything but hollow.
Ooh.